My name is Whitney. I'm a student in the Strategic Communication and Leadership Master's Program at the University of West Florida. I first decided to choose this particular program because I witnessed a lot of individuals who had passed through it before and saw that they were actually applying what they had learned in their jobs and their other careers. I think eventually, after I complete my master's, I would like to continue and get my PhD in communications and teach speech and hopefully just continue to work in a university setting because it's very conducive to research and the fields that I'm most interested in. In this particular master's program, the types of courses that you could expect to take range from qualitative and quantitative research, where you learn to actually create your own study and make a publishable work, to strategic communication, to communication leadership, where we find out about the many philosophies that leaders really need to be effective in their organizations. In order to apply what we've learned, one of the great things about this particular program is that we really focus on experiential learning. So we have a lot of courses where we actually take on an outside client or a client at another part of the university, and we assess the organization, find out what their needs are, and then we actually go in and we conduct training or we conduct a new marketing plan and just find out what they need. At the end of this program, what we do is complete a capstone project. And this is basically a year-long project where we do a lot of what we've learned in our classes. We go in and assess an outside organization and find out where they have a need as far as their communication skills, their internal or external communication, marketing. There's a wide variety of areas we could assess based on the skills that we learn. And then after we've conducted that assessment, we present our results, present what we're planning to do, and that is a big way in which we assess the success of what we have learned in our program. As a graduate student, one of the opportunities that I'll have is to be able to actually teach a section of speech fundamentals within our university. So I'll be responsible for constructing a syllabus, making assignments, creating tests, just everything that a normal instructor of a class would do, and I'll get to do all of that before I graduate. Probably my favorite part of this experience as far as grad school goes is getting to coach speech and debate. It's something I've been involved with for almost 10 years now, and I get to work with an amazing group of kids every day, teaching them about speech and argumentation and all of the things that I love and want to continue studying, and hopefully spark that fire in them so maybe they will also continue in this area. I would say that the hardest part of being in graduate school is managing just the work-life school balance. It is different from being an undergraduate where you go to classes during the day. In some graduate programs, your classes are on weekends and they're seminar style or they're at night. So there are days, sometimes 3 days a week, where you go straight from work. Sometimes you have time to eat, sometimes you don't, and you go straight into class. And that is something that I think a lot of graduate students experience, is just really finding out how to keep your energy up and how to maintain that level of energy and excitement, because you're very excited about what you're studying, but sometimes you have a job too, and you have to go to work all day and then come to grad school and go to classes and manage that. And so just finding that balance is really critical when you're in a program like this. The biggest piece of advice that I could offer to someone who is entering college or who has just entered college is to really look around you and see who would be a great person to work with. The instructors that teach you in class every single day in 3 years will be the people that you want to write you a letter of recommendation for a job, for grad school. And these instructors are just a wealth of information. They can tell you about where they went, about who they know, who went where, and great opportunities. And so the biggest piece of advice I can offer to you is to use them as resources. Introduce yourself to them on the first day, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're a senior and you had a really great professor and maybe you got a good grade, but you are in a class of 80 people and you didn't make that relationship, so they can't really speak to what you can really do. So make sure that you have that connection with these professors at an early stage and keep in touch with them, because they will be the ones who will be writing and singing your praises, hopefully, by the time you're ready to go out into the world and get a graduate degree or get a job.